you been looking for a small town to move to in southern Indiana? Well, today I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Columbus, Indiana, and you definitely want to stick around because I'm going to give you 7 pros and I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you don't want to live there. So if you're moving to work for Cummins, or you're just looking for someplace outside of Indianapolis to live that's not too far of a drive, you might want to check Columbus, Indiana out. Coming right up. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of Columbus, Indiana. And if you haven't been to Columbus, it's well worth going to if you're thinking about moving there. It's way different from Bloomington. I'm Wendy Kohlmeier, so let's get to it. So the pros, the architecture. The architecture is incredible, and Columbus is world-renowned for its modern architecture. There's designs by famous architects I.M. Pei and Eros Saarinen. I can't pronounce that right, so forgive me if I offended anybody. But anyway, there's a lot of different architectural pieces throughout the city and a lot of different art, so you definitely want to drive around and look at the buildings as well as all of the art exhibits. There is a strong economy and job market in Columbus. So Columbus is the home to Cummins. It's their corporate headquarters, and if you're in manufacturing or engineering, there's going to be plenty of jobs for that. So the city's economic stability has led to a relatively low unemployment rate, and this is predominantly because of Cummins. There is an affordable cost of living. Housing and overall living costs are generally lower than other larger metropolitan cities and other small cities like Bloomington. The cost of living is better in Columbus. So if you're looking to buy a house, have a family, you might want to check Columbus out. Columbus offers excellent public schools, with many schools in the Bartholomew Consolidated School Corporation, known for their academic achievements. There's also various extracurricular and STEM programs. Cultural and recreational opportunities. Columbus offers cultural richness with art galleries, music events, and a strong sense of community. Outdoor enthusiasts can enjoy nearby parks, trails, and rivers, including Millrace Park and People Trails. Columbus is considered a safe, family-friendly city with a strong sense of community and volunteerism. The crime rates are lower than in many other Indiana cities, including Bloomington. And I keep throwing Bloomington in there because this is living in Bloomington, right? Another pro is the proximity to major cities. It's just an hour from Indianapolis and an hour in the other direction to Louisville. If you can't find what you're looking for in Columbus, you can just take a short drive out of town and be able to find it in a larger city. And you don't have all the hassle and the traffic problems that you do in the bigger cities. So Columbus might be one of the places that you want to consider. Now, for the cons. There is limited nightlife and entertainment. While Columbus has cultural offerings, it lacks the vibrant nightlife or wide range of entertainment options that larger cities offer. And your dining and your shopping choices are going to be limited. So, like I just said about the pros, it's only an hour away from Indy, so if you have to do some major shopping, you can just head up there and find whatever you need in a bigger city. Now, as far as nightlife and entertainment and restaurants, you can drive on over to Bloomington because we've got a ton with Indiana University there. So that is one of the things that you might not like about living in Columbus. Another con of living in Columbus is public transportation. The options in Columbus are limited, which can make it difficult to get around the city, so you've got to have a car. And that's the way it is in Bloomington too, so residents just learn to rely on personal vehicles to get around. So the job market concentration is a con for Columbus. While the economy is strong, it's heavily reliant on manufacturing, especially Cummins. If something were to affect this industry, the local job market would become more vulnerable and there would be a problem and everybody would be leaving town. You definitely want to think about that because that is where so much of the job market is concentrated on. Now, another con are the weather extremes. In southern Indiana, we have very hot summers, hot and humid. Nothing like Florida or anything like that, but you have many days that are over 90 degrees. Sometimes it will hit 100, not very often, but the humidity spikes it makes it feel like it's hotter than it is. So you want to think about that. And then we also have our fair share of snow. We haven't had that much snow in the past few years, but it does get icy and snowy. So you're going to have to take that into consideration. And then in the spring, we have tornado warnings, and there are tornadoes that come through Indiana. So you definitely want to think about that before moving to Columbus. Another con is there are limited healthcare facilities. While Columbus does have a hospital and other healthcare options, a lot of residents might need to travel to nearby cities, either Louisville or Indianapolis, to find quality healthcare. And for specialized healthcare, you're going to have to go up to Indianapolis. There is also a slower growth in diversity. Columbus has been growing in cultural diversity. It may feel less diverse compared to larger metropolitan areas, or like Bloomington, which is pretty culturally diverse. So you definitely want to keep that in mind and do your due diligence before you move here if that is something that you're aware of, and know that the pace of the change is a lot slower than bigger cities. Entertainment and shopping require travel. Now, Columbus has a small city just 10 minutes to the north of it called Edinburgh, Indiana, and there's a big outlet mall there. So you can do some shopping there, but you are probably gonna have to go to Indy or Louisville to do your shopping. And they do have mom and pop stores and some discounters, but there is nothing, department stores and things like that, you're gonna have to go out of town for. It is still a small town and you will have to travel to go shopping. Columbus offers a high quality of life with its strong economy, affordability, architectural beauty, and tight-knit community. However, it may not appeal to those seeking vibrant nightlife, diverse cultural experiences, or a fast-paced urban environment. It's a great place for families, professionals, and those looking for a peaceful lifestyle with access to larger cities nearby. Check out my other videos and please like and subscribe.